Hi, I'm John Baker, the creator of the asking formula. Vince Lombardi once said, "Practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect." What he meant was, it's not just that we practice, but how we practice that matters. We've adopted this philosophy in all of our asking formula workshops. It's not enough for us to teach people to be better at asking for what they want. Through the use of simulated role-playing exercises, we aspire to have them leave the workshop comfortable in their ability to apply this skill back at work or in their home life where it really matters. No one likes the idea of standing in front of his or her peers and demonstrating a new skill. It's stressful. It can be embarrassing. But introducing this level of challenge ensures that learning is retained and behavior changes. A past basketball coach of mine lived by this rule. Like all other coaches, he would have us practice shooting free throws, but unlike other coaches who simply made us repetitively shoot 10 or 20 free throws at a time, he approached the matter differently. First, he had us run a series of stop and goes. These are lung-busting, agonizing wind sprints up and down the basketball court. Immediately after, he would have us get in pairs, and each of us had to shoot 5 free throws while our opponent could do anything he wanted, other than touch me or touch the ball, to distract me and cause me to miss my shot. The players who scored the most shots out of 5 won the round and got to sit down. The players who lost had to get back on the baseline and run another series of stop and goes and do the drill all over again. This round-robin competition went on until there was only one unfortunate soul standing. Some parents thought it was inappropriate to pit one teammate against another. Others thought it was out of date or even cruel to have a last man standing outcome. I, along with my teammates, hated that drill and dreaded when the coach barked for us to get on the line. Yet strangely, we embraced it. Why? Because it made us better. Better free throw shooters and a better team, and not just better in practice, but better during the game. Most practice is just repetition, and that delivers some results, but the fundamentals of this drill required simulation. In a game situation, when you're shooting free throws, typically you're winded and breathing heavy. Often you're in front of a hostile crowd, doing their best to distract you from your focus. And there's something on the line and a consequence for failure. Missed free throws can cost you the game. All of these components are simulated to some extent in the free throw shooting drill. We practiced as closely as we could to the real game. One of the biggest benefits of the asking formula is that you can practice it in a simulated environment. Let me give you a real example. The CEO of a medium-sized manufacturer hired me to coach him on a difficult task. He had to ask one of his biggest clients to pay their invoices. If they didn't, his company was at risk. He was angry and upset as he felt he was put in a compromised position for no good reason. He had delivered what was promised, and he deserved to be paid. He was close to suing the client, but knew that litigation was toxic. He would either win and lose his biggest client, or lose and lose his biggest client. We worked extensively on his asking formula targeted at this specific situation. The CEO practiced his ask in front of his executive team multiple times and solicited unfiltered feedback. Each time getting better at controlling his emotions, adjusting his style to eliminate bad body language, parsing each and every word. He practiced it in front of me in intense one-on-one coaching. He practiced it in front of his board, in front of his mentor team. He practiced it in front of the mirror. Each time, the goal of the practice was not just repetition, but a simulation of how the meeting would progress, what the room would look like, how his audience would respond. In the end, he met with his client, asked for what he wanted, and during the course of the meeting, the client agreed to immediately pay 96% of the outstanding invoices. Whew! So the CEO got what he wanted, and he saved his company. That's a great outcome. When I debriefed the situation with him, I asked, looking back, what would you have done differently? His answer was, I would have practiced more. You see, when the game's afoot, when winning or losing the deal is on the line, the average Joe relies on his or her mindless repetition to carry the day. The elite performer, though, has simulated the situation so completely that they perform coolly and with remarkable consistency in what seems like highly inconsistent and stressful situations. I'm John Baker. Let me know what you think.